Turn on your mic, Sammy.
Yeah, it's on. Can you hear me?
Gotcha, mate. What's happening? Let me do this. Cool, cool. How's it going, Sam? How are you, Gabby? All right, let's set this up. We're looking at our level of resistance there. Support. How's it going, Sam? And Gabby, sorry, mate. I was talking to you guys, but I didn't realize my microphone was on mute. Sweet, mate. Just quickly, I'm going to set this up now. So I'm looking at a level of awesome, mate. So I'm going to mark this level here of resistance. We've got a big gap in the market today. So usually when there's gaps in the market, they need to be fulfilled. So we'll look, if we do get a buy position and a breakout, I will be expecting us to be able to at least either hit that zone there or this zone here. The candles are quite big today, so I might even do a little bit of a bigger stop loss, um, because we've had massive moves yesterday. So we've had a huge, as you can see there, we've had pretty much from here we've had 182, 177 pip move up, and then literally 177 pip move down. So it's pretty volatile today. So it is a bit risky taking a trade today. If you're going to take a trade on your account, I'd just limit my risk to maybe 0.5% or something.
Yeah, I was only going to risk like $200 or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk too much today, man. To be honest with you, I got a really good win yesterday, so I'll be risking like not much at all today, just because of how big these candles are. But I will be doing a stop loss maybe at 1.5 now, a little bit bigger than usual.
Yeah, awesome. So you're looking to get, just trying to see my screen. So,
And then this level of, I'm going to go with this level here for support, for the sell position. Yeah, something like that. Good. I'll go a little bit higher on that one there. It's looking good. What's happened to that? What has that done that for? What? Um, you're kidding me. I'm gonna have to quickly set that up again. I don't know what's happened there. I'm not gonna have time to do it. My Fibonacci tool's been reset for some reason, so I won't have time to set it up before the open. So I'm just gonna have to do it like that. I'll just do I'll just do like a
so you got for the same levels as you. So your entry is 3350.
so on the buy position, it's 3350 at 0.79.
Stop loss is 3349.
3349.28. So what? Yeah, well, that's if you're going to hold it for a whole 1 to 5. I will be looking at coming out. Well, I'm going to do this a manual trade, so I'll watch out the candle closes, but I'll probably most likely want to be out before we hit this zone here. So I'd probably want to be out at a look at a 4 to 1, I reckon. So maybe around 3354.61. And then on the sale position, I'll probably want to be out for that zone there, this area here. Again, I'll be watching it manually. So if we do push past this, I'll potentially hold it. But I'm looking at probably coming out at a 3 to 1, close to 4 to 1 on that as well. At let's go 3328.20.
Set this up.
I just got to quickly set my as well. Now, if we break past this before the Tokyo Open, I'll readjust my support level. So we're probably gonna have to move this. See how this candle closes, and we might have to move our support level slightly. Yep. So looking around somewhere like that for now, but it depends how this candle closes. We've still got 2 minutes, 40 seconds. What we could probably do now, Sam, as well, see how we've created this new level of resistance here. Now that the market's gone down, it's probably a little bit of an aggressive entry, but it could be a good one because if we do break that level there, we could get a pretty decent move before it touches this zone here. Before it comes into this zone here. But I'm just going to wait to see how this candle closes. So I may move that down here to this area. So then if it does break this area here, we could get something that looks like this. It could potentially break through here, retest there, come back down, and then move back up. So we could get a decent move out of that. It is a little bit more of an aggressive move, but I don't mind taking those sometimes if it's looking like it could work in our favour. Yeah, so I'm going to move it there, something like this now. Position. Yeah, so I'll be looking at something like that now. This candle's going to close in 30 seconds. Yeah. Right, we're on. See how this plans out. Put my sell order in. Cool. So yeah, we got some massive moves yesterday. Huge. It was huge. Yeah, it was huge. When we hit the buy position, we'll come back and look at that in a sec. When we hit the buy, so we got the sell. Where is it? Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, I've got it marked up on another chart. Where do I have that marked up on? Might have been on this one. Yeah. So we took the sell yesterday. So we got that sell pretty much straight away. That candle just moved. So that was a huge move. If you held that from our entry point to the close of that candle, it's an 18 pip move. So that would have been 18 grand. I closed mine at a take profit 3 because we had this level of support there. So I've closed mine at take profit 3, and I closed my buy order off too because I stick to my rules, which is if I win the first one, I'll close the second one. But if we left that second one open, mate, if you held that into the London session, so the London session was here. So if you had that to the London session, it's 43 on a $100,000 account, risking 1%. It's 43 grand. If you had that, yeah, there's been some massive moves. And then what happened was, and Hustle called this. He called this. He's like, we're going to hit 3.5, and then once we hit 3.5, he goes, I'm expecting it to just dump. And mate, look at that to the tick. Look at that, 3,500, and they just dumped all night, all day. So he called that yesterday, and look at that move. That was huge, massive drop. Yeah. Let me have a look. 132 pip. So 130 grand. So if you took that sell, yeah, if you took Hustle's call yesterday and took that sell and just left it open overnight and woke up this morning and closing on the Tokyo session, $130,000 on a 100,000 account. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. Let me have a look at this. What channel was it on? There we go. So yeah, it's a bit uncertain today. I've got no bias at all today. It's completely. We might consolidate. I don't know. It's just after those massive moves yesterday, who knows what's going to happen. We more than likely. My feeling is we're probably going to get stopped out today because these candles are massive, and there's been a lot of movement in the market the last 24 hours. So I'd be expecting potential consolidation, but you never know. It's all speculating. I'm just speculating. Could be completely off, and we could get a massive move. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. So I've limited my risk. I'm only risking 0.5%. But in saying that, these gaps need to be fulfilled in the market. So if we do get a breakout to the buy, what I'm hoping will happen is that we break out, maybe retest off that point, and then just break to at least there.
So would you put it in a position if you do get that buy?
No, no. So if I get this position here and I close it, that's it. I'm out. No, I don't. Yeah. Look, unless it's like really moving. Every now and then, if it's moving, I'll hold the position open and I'll just go to break even. So I'll bring my stop loss to break even, and I'll just let it play out. And I might be like, oh, cool. Well, I've got this area here, so I'm going to let it go to there. You know, once we break through, I'll go to break even and let it go to that point. But I rarely do that, to be honest with you. Like every now and then, I might just go, I'll take a bit of a more risk, a higher risk.
Yeah.
But usually, man, I'm just happy to get, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1 every now and then, 2 to 1, because in the long term, that's how you stay profitable. If you continually try and take risks and you're continually trying to hold, and I'm going to get a 10 to 1 or hold to a 50 to 1, 20 to 1. More often than not, you're going to get stopped out.
Yeah.
So to stay consistent and to stay profitable, this is why I have my take profit areas. But yeah, I can't put that Fibonacci tool in today because for some reason it's reset on my indicate on my Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to muck. Yeah, it's no good. I'm gonna have to muck around with that later on. But no, it's been some absolutely insane moves on gold since pretty much since the start of March.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool vibes. Like, obviously, once you guys do all this secondary trade, as I said, I was always like trading crypto and seeing what happened. It's sort of volatile. It's hard to pick, but gold's been pretty volatile too. But it's been like consistently volatile. It's not like one day it's next day it's down one more than it was up the day before. It seems like gold goes up this year. Yeah.
Well, the good thing about the thing with gold is that exactly what you were just saying. Then, if there's a lot of if it's pushing up to the buy side, then it's pushing up. You take buys. If it's pushing down, then it's pushing down. You take sells.
Yeah.
Um, and the way I trade with the open, it doesn't really matter if it's going to be breaking out or breaking below because our moves are quite small. Because as I was explaining this to Troy yesterday, is that we rely on volume. So that's why I trade at the start of the session. So at the start of the Tokyo session, or at the start of the London session, or at the start of the New York session. You want to get that open when volume comes into the market. And now sometimes a lot of volume comes in and it just goes, and sometimes it takes a while. There might not be too much volume.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really smart because like if you try and trade through the day, it's a little dead. Likely the moves aren't going to be as big.
Yeah,
It's going to be consolidating, moving sideways. That's likely when you get stopped out.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And the other thing too, man, when you're trading like that, I guess you trade like that a lot when you're trading liquidity.
Yep.
The other thing about that is too, you set in alerts throughout the day, and then your alert might go off while you're driving. Like, oh shit, I've been waiting for this for the last 3 hours to hit, and now it's finally hit, and I'm on the freeway.
Yeah.
The reason why I like this because it's the same time every day. It's just like clockwork. 10 to 10 or five, whatever, 5 to 10. Yeah, set it and then just get on with your day. So I usually just sit here for 15 minutes. I'll watch it for 15 minutes. And then within 15 minutes, if it hasn't hit my zone, I just, exactly, just set and forget. I'll have my take profit areas and then I'll just get on with my day.
Yeah. So you're today's go 3 to 1.
Yeah, pretty much on the sell. Yeah, you want to be out by that zone there. So 3 to 1 on the sale. Look, I'll probably go. You could to be safe, you could come out here at a 2 to 1 there. But I'm probably going to hold that. I'll probably set that at a 4 to 1 to the top of this area here. So my expectation will be if we do break out that and we don't keep pushing, we may get a reaction off that zone there, that level there, and either come back and continue, or completely reverse, or we might not, or we might get a fake out, or we might might hit this level here, which isn't a strong level at all, but we could potentially get a fake out where it breaks through,
Yeah.
and just stops us out straight away. So that closes. Now this candle now, it's got 3 minutes 45 seconds to close. If it stays below this level and the next candle's bullish, I'd expect us to at least get to this area here. So I'd expect us at least to be able to hit 1-to-1 on that area there.
Yeah.
But if this crosses over now, it could potentially fake us out. It could potentially tap us in and then reverse back. Yeah, yeah. We'll see how this candle closes. I'm just checking to see how this 1 minute candle opens on the 1 minute time frame to see if we're going to create that lower wick or continue up. All right, it's pushing. So that's not a bad close. So if this next candle opens bullish, I'll expect it potentially come down slightly, create a bottom wick, and then continue, and then I'll enter that trade.
Yeah.
It's in. It is in. Let's come down. Definitely moving a lot slower today.
Yeah.
Moving a lot slower. Yeah. So we've got our TP1 level there. Roughly. Oh no, it's already hit TP1. So that's our TP1 there. So let's just hit that there. Next level, TP2. Just above that. Till TP2. 3. Mm. 16. So I feel like we should at least get to a TP3. Potentially even more, potentially even a 5. If we don't react off this zone here, well, it depends what it does here. If this, we need it to push past here, this level. So if this candle closes above this level, then I'd be confident in saying we should continue up. But if we don't get a close above here, anything could happen.
So you keep your short position open in case the market turns, unless you hit your profit.
Unless I make profits. So I haven't actually entered I didn't have time to set this trade up, so I actually haven't entered this trade, which I'm kind of spewing on. Just as I was setting it all up. Yeah, potentially to see how this candle closes. If this candle, if what I'll do now is, I'll wait for. So I actually missed it because I didn't set it as a buy stop order. I was going to do it manually and then just was distracted. But that's okay. So see how this candle closes. If the next candle opens and breaks past this level here, then I'll look at taking a buy. But if anyone else, if you took that, you could close that at 1-to-1 or continue to hold. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get in. That's all right. That's it. It's looking like a bearish close though, but we'll see. It's still deciding. You can see the massive move, like even the open. So that's the daily candle open there. So that's the daily open, and the daily. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so that's the daily open. So around 8 a.m. Melbourne time. That's the daily candle opens. 44 pip. Would have been nice to catch that. This looks like it might even continue. See how this closes, this candle. Yeah, it's looking good. So anyway, that's a TP1 hit at least.
It just looks like it needs to break past them.
This one here, yeah. If we can pass that, look. To be honest with you, man, I'm probably not even going to jump in today. I had a pretty big win yesterday, so I might just let this one roll out. But if anyone did get in at that entry point, you've at least hit a TP1. I don't like re-entering. Like if I miss the original entry point, I kind of just take it as I've missed the trade because the stop losses are so tight. Because I have such tight stop losses, if I did enter after that zone there, and it broke through and then retraced, I'd most likely get stopped out. There's not enough volume. Now, if this was pushing and if this closed bullish, this candle, So if that candle closed like the one before it, a bullish momentum candle, if that candle closed like that, then I'd potentially look at doing it because there's a lot of volume in the market. So because it hasn't, it's closed as a doji. I wouldn't risk it.
I think I stopped there.
Yeah, there you go. So I'd hit a TP1 and then reversed. It's probably going to consolidate a lot today. Again, like I was saying, because of those massive moves we had, look at that. You know what I mean? That's all in a 24-hour period. That's ridiculous. From there to there, and then literally exactly all the way back. So we may have a day today of just consolidation. I probably will sit this one out. I probably won't even keep this sell order open. I might just close that off as well, which I'm doing that right now. Yeah, I'm going to close that off. I'm just going to let today roll out the way it is and then come back to it tomorrow. You know, if we do get a massive sell and we do come and it does hit and we drop, whatever, it is what it is. It's just, yeah, because of those moves yesterday, I'm not going to risk holding that sell order open. But we hit a TP1 in the buy position today. Yeah, nice sort of 1-to-1 if you're going to take it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, today, tomorrow, so I'll jump on again today and see how we go.
Yeah, nice, man. Hey Troy, have you got any questions, man? Or you all over that?
For some reason, my broker connected to Meditate 4 has gold balls, so I couldn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
33.81, so I'm straight. So that's annoying.
Well, that's all right though, man. That's all right. At least it wasn't a big move you missed.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to suss it. What the deal is, I'm just in contact with my broker to see what the story is.
Yep.
But yeah, so just sit on the sidelines for the day.
Yeah. That's probably not a bad idea, man. It looks like I was just saying to Sam, then it looks like we may get a bit of consolidation today after those huge moves yesterday, and then plus the way these dailies open, like that's ridiculous. So we may do get a bit of consolidation potentially today, and then tomorrow hopefully we start moving in a direction again, whether it's up or down. I don't know, but yeah, 100%, man. I'd be expecting this to be filled, like for sure. It may even look. It could happen in the Tokyo session. It may not. It may keep consolidating, and then maybe get a big move up in the London session. But I'm going to sit all sessions out today. I'm not going to trade London, none of the sessions today now. I'm just going to leave this and then come back to it tomorrow and jump back on. Cool.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for that, mate.
No worries. All right, chat to you. Catch you later.
See you.
See ya. Bye.